like the anti-vax doctors and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of sad because I actually feel bad for this guy because he thought he was having a good faith debate, and then Matt Walsh just is being blatantly offensive and homophobic or transphobic, and then he's like, "Yo, dude, what the fuck is this?" And then Matt Walsh is just like, "I'm just asking questions. Why are you so triggered?"
Yeah,
I fucking hate this guy so much.
If I probe about what the truth is?
You keep invoking the word truth, which is condescending and rude.
Yes.
I'm saying to you,
How is the word truth condescending?
You know what you're doing, you little fucking bitch.
yeah, 100.
You know exactly. He just explained all this shit to you. You dumb, goofy ass fuck.
Like this dude's entire.
Look at this. It's like smug rage comic meme right there. Oh, well, how is it being offensive?
Yeah, no, he's like, I owned you. Meanwhile, like, he gets offended at the existence of trans people. So, like,
Meanwhile, he's like, how did I offend you? There was two ladies kissed in Disney.
Yeah,
Shut it down.
yeah, but
You
that's not cancel
fucking
culture. Because, like, that
insecure
corresponds
bitch
to
ass
normative position.
loser ass fuck.
Yeah.
If I ever see you, Matt Walsh, I'm gonna eye gouge your glass.
No, you're not.
Yeah, no, I will.
You're gonna give him a little kissy poo.
No, I'm not gonna hurt him. I think it's funny.
You know
in
how
my
real
no,
how
no,
to get. You
no.
know get Ethan. They're gonna fucking be like, Ethan is being
Good,
violent.
do it. Let me explain what I'm threatening.
Okay.
It's rewind time.
No, it's not. It's funny when you try to eye gouge someone with glasses because you can't do it.
As a member of the Four Eyes community, I take offense to what this is.
So I'm gonna do that to him.
You're talking like a Three Stooges style.
Yes. He
Yeah.
doesn't need to do that because he cut the
They-
glasses. Can I
yeah.
try it on you just to show what I'm talking about?
Sure, you can eye gouge me if you want. Here, I'll put my hand up too.
So with the eye.
Break. Yeah.
Get him like that. It's funny.
I feel attacked.
That's what I didn't actually do your glasses.
Yeah.
Those look nice, right?
So, well, going back to the main point about Matt Walsh, though, is that, like, he is a hysterical person. Like, these guys are fucking frothing out of the mouth all the goddamn time over, like, some of the most innocuous shit, okay? Trans people existing in society, seeing, like, a lesbian couple in a Disney movie, like, they froth out of the mouth when they see that. They get a fucking aneurysm when they even think about like a gay couple or even in some instances an interracial couple existing, right? So then them turning around and like finding ways to prod and like really frustrate people and then be like, why are you frustrated? It's so stupid. You're a silly bitch. Your entire existence is like being triggered all the fucking time.
He is.
Fuck up.
It's so true. Am I gonna get another strike today? I'm gonna eye gouge.
I think we may have saved it with the goofiness of the.
That's what I'm saying. It's first of all, it's not a serious threat. It's just a goof on the Three Stooges thing. Okay. Watch the clip, the 10-second clip. I'm gonna eye gouge Matt Walsh.
Yeah, no, they'll fucking cry.
There's the clip right there.
Matt Walsh would literally argue for like the genocide of trans people, and then turn around and be like, I can't believe you said comically.
It's like first of all,
me.
you are literally promoting violence right now. Let's be clear. What you're doing is violence.
And it's successful violence. That's the difference. It's like violence backed by the state that is aligned with the normative position that is transphobic. So of course, no one considers that to be actually violent behavior. When you're advocating for insane controls on what women can and can't do on their own bodies, in the form of like abortion control, that's violence on women. That's thousands of women that are gonna die.
Forced birth
Get access
is violent.
Yeah, the medical, because they can't get a fucking medically induced abortion. Like they can't do that, so now they're gonna fucking die.
100%.
Thanks. That's violence. But no one sees it as such because it is violence that is cowardly because it's backed by the fucking state and it's aligned with the hegemonic structures. That's cowardly. To just like hide behind the state and be like, oh, I hope the big bad state hurts the women that wronged me by stopping people from having sex when they want to consensually because like I just don't want that to happen. I want everyone to be in a cat lifestyle like what I think is the appropriate way. Like fuck you, you're a piece of shit. You're not even fucking brave enough to straight up come out and be like, yeah, I don't think women should have sex and that's why I want to punish them. You just want to fucking hide behind the state, big daddy state, always. Same with this anti-trans shit, always. Except he's not even hiding it. He openly stated that like no one under no condition whatsoever in whatever age group should be able to get HRT. He said that the other day, which is, you know, that's it. You're openly stating that people should not get a medical procedure that is demonstrably good.
They go, you know, teens and young adults who transition are far less likely to unalive themselves or do self-harm. He's like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Make it illegal. That's violence. Anyway, let's continue because this is good. But look at smug Matt Walsh.
Why don't you tell me what your truth is? And you're walking on 30 seconds more of thin ice before I get up.
What my truth is? Well, I don't think I really have a truth. I think that there's just the truth, like the reality.
Just mask off, Dick. Now.
And so we should begin by trying to figure out what
the
the
reality
reality is.
And why are you concerned with when someone else tells you that they're a man, or even if they use the word male, why are you concerned with not believing them?
Well, you keep bringing it back to, you know, how do you respond in a social situation?
That's what I do. I'm
But
a
that's
social
what gender.
scientist.
Well, right, but we're
That's
in
what gender
university.
is.
This is a
That's what
place of
gender is.
understanding
No,
That's what gender is. That's what gender is.
Let's let it roll because he actually owns him here.
He's so stupid. Why do you keep going back to the social context of a social science?
Yeah,
that I'm
I'm
asking
literally a
social
professor of social science.
Like there is no, like, you don't fucking run around and like literally demand to get blood work so you can see the T levels of every single person that you're fucking interacting with to see what their chromosomes are, and then like put intersex people in a separate category if that's the case too, because there's a whole different can of worms on that field as well. But like, you don't do that. You just look at someone, and if they tell you they're a woman, you're like, okay, this is a woman. That's what normal people are supposed to do. When you told me your name is Ethan Klein, I didn't go, no, motherfucker, your name's not Ethan Klein. Your name is actually Ben. I decided
Well, again,
your name is Ben, and I kept calling you Ben. That's how it is.
He's ignoring the fact that sex you can see, gender you can't see. There you go. Simple as that. It's been explained a gajillion times, and he's just ignoring that concept.
Situation, but
That's what I do. I'm a social scientist.
well, right. But we're in a university. This is a place of understanding truth, isn't it? Or-
I'm getting so mad. I watched.
Hold on, we gotta watch this. We gotta watch. We're never gonna
already,
get
but,
through
like,
this.
It's literally like going up to a fucking quantum physicist and being like, what you are studying, I don't believe in. Explain it to me. And then going around and being like, well, I still don't believe it, actually.
Well, it's so stupid. He goes, it's not the truth. It's like, truth is subjective. Universities are a place of thoughts and experiments and exploration. So this whole notion is like, no, the truth is the truth. It's like, bro, come on. The truth is always subjective, you dumb, goofy, fucking nerd-ass
It's
bitch.
like, yeah, exactly. And it is ridiculous. Even if there's
the only
he's not an
people-
objectivist. The person he's talking to is not an objectivist, and neither is Matt Walsh, by the way. These fucking conservatives love talking like a postmodernist whenever it comes to like deconstructing certain realities, all the fucking time. But they're not. You're asking someone who has a fundamentally different philosophy than you do and a different worldview than you do, who is an expert in his own fucking field about their field, and then trying to own them by being like, well, I know less than you in this regard, and I disagree with you. But because so many fucking people are that stupid, they go, oh yeah, he actually did do a great job here. Matt Walsh did present himself very well. Look at how triggered this like libtard is.
Well, he's like, he was a dick to him. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But I think the whole truth thing is basically, it's all backed in religion, right? And all these guys are super religious. So anyone who comes out like, the truth is the truth. It's like, the truth is God made the universe, and we're all fucking God's creation. It's like, well, okay, that's the truth you're talking about. God hates trans people, and he made that was a mistake. Trans people was a mistake. Everything else is infallible though, except trans people. That was his one mistake.
Truth, and I'm a social scientist, and that's what I do.
But you just said the truth is transphobic.
That you would say, if you're saying the truth is that I get to say, you're not a man, show me your genitalia, that's transphobic.
No, I don't want to say about his genitalia. I just mean,
No, yeah, he does.
someone can make a statement about themselves that could be untrue. Like, for example, if I were to say that I'm a black man.
Bro, sex
Fucking
and gender.
Fucking own, dude.
But I love how he's like, if I said a black man, that's obviously not true to you. It's like, well, let me see your fucking 23andMe, bitch.
No, you know what I love about that, actually? One of my favorite things that fucking conservatives do all the time is, like, they constantly claim that there's this phantom trans person that is gonna like secretly not be trans, but then fake like they're actually trans, right? They always say that this is a very real threat. That's like
like the
gonna
bathroom
impact-
hysteria.
Yeah, like the bathroom hysteria is one where he's like, well, someone could say that they're trans just to go into the women's room and then do a rape. It's like, that's illegal. That's separate. You can't just like fucking, what do you think? Like, it's like, it gives you a barrier of
To just
protection when
do
you say you're a
illegal
trans
shit,
person?
yeah.
Like, it doesn't work that way. And that person could fucking lie and say that they're a trans person. It doesn't fucking matter.
Or they could just go in the bathroom and do it.
Yeah, exactly. Which
They
is
don't
what
need-
they do. Like, no
yeah.
rapist is like, I was gonna violate the law for rape, but then I saw that fucking thing that says women only, and I was like, well, I guess I can't do it today.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter what
So
they're.
that's insane.
looking
But
like.
because they can't find people that are faking being trans, they will then become the person that's faking being trans, like Steven Crowder. Or fucking that other like dude who did the deadlift challenge, like Zuby or whatever the fuck his name is. Like, they always do this. They create this like evil being. They can't find that evil being in the wild, so then they become that person. He's literally just saying, well, what if I lie and tell you I'm a woman, right?
There's actually he's done this 3 different times. I mean,
yeah, he loves
listen,
cross-dressing.
cross-dressing is practically a hobby for Crowder at this.
No,
point.
I think it's a way of life.
Maybe.
I often say drag is simply an expression, and it's not necessarily like a part of your sexuality, even though it is like it can be sexual in nature and it cannot be sexual in nature. It's a performance. But for Steven Crowder, I do think it's a way of his life. I do think it goes way
He's
beyond
committed.
just a performance for him.
He's committed.
Or, you know, whatever his drag name would be, her
But
would be the proper way
so-
to gender her in drag.
So again, but I go back to this point, and it's so basic. Like again, you're just ignoring that sex and gender are separate. That's all you do. That's all they always do, and they act so smug about it. It's like my sex is male.
Lost the lead.
My gender can be whatever the fuck I want
Lost
it
the
to be. It's
lead.
so obvious.
No, I don't want to see anybody's genitalia. I just mean
Yeah, he does.
someone can make a statement about themselves that could be untrue.
This is a lie.
For example,
This is a lie.
if I-
This is a
If
lie.
I were to
When he
say that
says
I'm a
he
black
doesn't
man.
want to see genitalia, he's lying. Why is he lying when he says he doesn't want to see genitalia? Because that's the only way. Like in Ohio, where a new bill passed in the Ohio State Legislature. Okay, shouts out to Ohio, trying to desperately become the worst state in America. Good job, guys.
Gain
Okay,
the lead.
you're fucking literally worse than Idaho. Think about that for a second. Okay, go Buckeyes. So in Ohio, they passed a measure where like you could literally just say this girl is trans or this entire team is trans, and then they have to undergo medical procedures where a doctor needs to look at their fucking genitalia. Like they have to touch their pussies and shit to figure out if these young girls are fucking like assigned female at birth or not.
By the way,
Okay,
I'm
Lost
sure
the
that,
lead.
and
all
then
the right
get
people
blood
are going
work
to be
done.
rushing into that position.
That's what
to
I'm
be the genital
saying.
checker.
'Cause
All of a
that's-
sudden, there's all these people from the church signing up to be genital checkers at the school
How
gymnasium.
How insane is that, bro? Like you literally, in an effort to like what, dunk on the one trans girl that's like potentially, you know, not even fucking owning in like handball or whatever the fuck. he's
Imagine the
playing.
one person, they're like, "You look like a man, young lady,"
Yeah.
and then they check. She's like, "Oh, sorry."
Yeah, no, that's literally, but that's it. That's what's
Lost
going to
the
end up
lead.
happening.
Tied
And
the
that
leader.
is the level
Lost
of
the lead.
psychopathy that you need to engage in order to like justify their horrific and psychotic world.
I told
view.
you, conservatives
That's
want to
it.
fuck kids straight up. Boom.
That's why he's like, I don't want to touch genitalia. I don't. Who said that? Who said that I want to touch genitalia? I've simply only defended the Duggar family on multiple occasions.
Just because I want to fuck kids doesn't mean I want to touch their genitalia.
Yeah.
Gross.
Yeah, it's
All
great.
right, let's watch. Let's watch.
Tied the leader.
We have to get through this.
Who-
Gain the lead.
Would you accept that, or would you be skeptical?
Well, let's see. But it's so stupid because you could have black heritage in your genealogy. It's like, well, if you're gonna lie to people and tell them you're black, why should they question that? The premise he's presenting is fucking so dumb.
Yeah.
Like, who would do that? You're like, no, I'm part black. They'd be like, you fucking lost.
Lost the
Dumb.
lead.
It's
Black?
just-
Are you African American? Are you biracial?
Yeah, exactly. You're not obviously not biracial. That is such a dumb
So
point.
he was like, I'm gonna lose my audience if they find out that I'm biracial.
It's so fucking funny because this is such a dumb point. He's actually not smart in the slightest. He's a moron.
I think so.
Well, you
You
don't
don't think
look that, and I don't think it doesn't sound like that's a genuine statement of who you are.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay, so that's my point. I could make a statement about who I am that's
the leader.
incorrect.
Of course, I think it's well established that human beings can lie.
Yes.
I'm not
Exactly.
even lying. I mean, I could just be
Lost
mistaken.
the lead.
Okay, so, dude, he is so dumb that he thinks this is interesting.
Yeah, no, you could be mistaken.
Yeah.
Tied the lead.
I guess this all comes back. This all comes down to really one question:
Lost
especially-
the lead.
women, gender, and sexuality studies.
Tied the leader.
So what is a woman?
Fucking slam,
Lost
bro.
the lead.
That dramatic pause. Let's hear.
Bro,
He's late. This is it. This is the bomb's about to drop. Let's
For
hear
the
it.
record, I just want to point out,
Oh.
you can do this. 5-year-olds do this all the time. They ask you, like, why? Why?
Yeah, my
Over and
son
over
does
again.
it every
There's
fucking
no
day.
fucking answer because you can't give the scientific basis of, like, how the world began. You know what I mean? Like,
My son does that every day. It's like,
yeah, and that's normal.
hey,
Like,
you go. What? The rose is red. Why is the rose red? Probably because the light reflects and it's a beautiful color. Why? And well, insects are attracted to color because there's pollen there. Why? Well, you know, it's like fucking hell, dude.
yeah, and after a certain point, you like arrive at like this position where you're like, I don't have the answers for you, man. And conservatives have taken that like 5-year-old genuine curiosity and made it their only form of argumentation, which is fucking insane, okay? And it should show you how insanely stupid they are. But instead, because we're all fucking stupid, we think this is brilliant.
Well, he's obviously the really smart guy. Like looking at this, and Matt Walsh is a literal fucking barely literate buffoon ape. Let's watch.
Why do you ask that question?
Thank you.
I'd really like to know.
He's literally like a kid being like, "Why you punch yourself? Why
Yeah.
you punching yourself?"
Because I just want
I just wanted to slam dunk you.
I just
By the way,
wanna know
remember how I yada your scientific explanation?
No, I just want to understand why they don't want to be around me. Okay, that's why I want to know what is a woman, so that I can understand why they avoid me all the time.
Right.
So strange.
Very true.
I think the answer to that question is.
Well, I'm asking. That's why I came to a college professor who's
Well, he already explained it, and you fucking literally jump cutted through his explanation. You dumb fuck. Thank you.
this is what we do.
What other
Sorry,
answers
it's
have
so
you got?
infuriating.
A lot of like this where you're not answering. I've gotten a lot of that. So
I think it's interesting that you say that some of the people you've interviewed have been reluctant to answer it, and I think that has a lot to do with the questions that preceded it, and the way that you've conducted yourself in the interview.
how have I conducted myself?
How do you think you've conducted yourself?
You just really don't want to answer the questions.
Oh my god!
No, it's so pathetic. It's so fucking pathetic. He's answered your questions in good faith, and you cut over it. You literally cut over him, and now you're being like, you don't answer my question. I mean, this man is a moron.
Yeah. Well.
It's pathetic. It's juvenile.
No, it's like fucking idiocracy.
And
where,
Ben
like
Shapiro-
the only person with higher IQ is like considered to be a fucking psycho and a weirdo because everyone else is that stupid, and that's what the world
And
we're living
by
in.
the way, this is the great documentary. People are hailing this as an incredible documentary.
not.
They are bench it, but I'm
Bro, they're
saying
beefing that up on the Republican
no,
side.
I know, but people do think this is good. Like Ben Shapiro, who's this great conservative thinker, published this shit, changed his icon on Twitter to "What is a woman," and they are taking this seriously.
I'm gonna look something up while you. Yeah. here.
I came today very willing and enthusiastic about answering questions about women's and gender sexuality studies, which is
So
the
you
work
wanted
that I do.
to answer questions about women's studies, and so shouldn't the
Here,
first
you wanna
answer
know
you should be able
something?
to
Sorry,
provide is
wait,
what
pause
exactly
for
is
a
a-
second. You wanna know how fucking not relatable or not interesting this fucking dumbass documentary is, dude? Google Trend search "What is a woman," which is a universal search. Like it's not exactly just this documentary versus fucking Morbius, and you will understand
Yeah,
that like
well-
no, this documentary didn't fucking pop off. Okay?
Well, hold on. Morbius was like the top meme in the world, just to be sure.
I know, but it doesn't matter. Ultimately, like any other fucking actual movie, a movie that flopped in the fucking box office is still significantly more important and significantly more in the public consciousness than like